Have you ever come across mold underneath your camper van's mattress? Today we're going to figure out how we're going to deal with ours. What's going on, guys? Welcome to Freely Roaming. My name is Dan.
And my name is Marlene.
So we've had this van for about 3 years now. 3.5? We got it in 2000...
On April 1st. Will be 3 years.
18 or 19?
18.
18. Almost 3 years. So in these 3 years that we've been living in this thing, we've come across mold under our mattress, I think 3 different times. I mean, we knew it was going to happen. We had the best intentions of wanting to lift the mattress up, checking every couple weeks, but it just doesn't work out that way.
The life gets in the way.
Life gets in the way. You're traveling, you're busy, you're doing work, you're doing school.
Yeah.
So it's been a few times when we lift up our mattress, and I just want to show you guys what we have. We have these Trifold mattresses. They're about 4 inches thick, and they work pretty good for the most part. They could be a little more firm, I think, for our taste, but the kids like it, and they kind of fold up nicely. And what we have is just 3/4 inch plywood underneath our mattress. And with all of our body heat, with the condensation, with our small space and our breathing in the van, it collects on the bottom. For some reason, it doesn't collect on the kids' bed. Maybe they have less mass and they...
Well, there's more airflow underneath their bed because it's open versus the garage is closed off. So.
Right, because underneath is open and the edges also don't go up against the wall like ours. So what we've done is we've tried to drill some holes. So we drilled some holes into the bottom of our bed to try to help that a little bit. Still doesn't really help. I can't tell you exactly how these holes have contributed to ventilation, but I will tell you after we drill these holes, which we made a video about on this channel a few months ago, we got more mold after sleeping in here. So after doing some research, we found that the way to figure this out, the way to kind of resolve this once and for all, is to get these anti-condensation mats that you can buy.
Yeah. We've lived on the road since 2008. First in an Airstream, then in a 4-wheel camper, a little stint in a casita trailer. We never had this issue before.
Yeah, but this is the only camper van that we've ever lived in, or the only camper that we've ever lived in that was self-built. So it could just be our inexperience in building and having ventilation underneath our mattress.
This is also the first time there's storage like this underneath.
That's true.
So
there's a lot of different factors. If you guys have similar experiences, let us know what they are in the comments below. I'd love to hear about them. This is not unique to us. There are many other self-built camper vans that have this condensation under the bed issue. After doing some research, there are several products you can buy. Being that we're in Europe, our options from the US are a little bit limited when it comes to shipping. We did find a product called the Anti-Condensation Mat that was stocked at a store in Croatia, and they were able to ship it to us. They actually got it to us really quickly.
I think it was 2 days.
Yeah. Compared to ordering stuff from Amazon Germany, Amazon UK, which can take several days, sometimes weeks, and in rare occasions, if it's coming from overseas, months.
Yeah.
We got this really quickly, so we want to show you guys what we're going to do to get it to fit and what it looks like and how, in theory, this product works. So the first thing we got to do is we got to measure exactly what our bed platforms are. So we got 2, one for the kids' bed above, which is about 11 inches wider than our bed down below. And since it's not a common size, we're going to have to cut what we got to shape. The mats that we got, it's too wide for our bed, but too narrow for the kids' bed. So what we're hoping to do is by the pieces that we cut off our bed, we'll be able to somehow combine it with the whole piece that we got for the kids and have it sort of span the whole surface.
Yeah, like Frankenstein it together.
Maybe with some zip ties.
Yeah.
Let's start measuring and figure out what we need to do to cut it. Okay, we got the measurements. Now we're going to go show you guys the anti-condensation mats that we got. Okay, so here's one of our anti-condensation mats that we got. I want to show you like how rigid this stuff is. This is Marlene standing on it. And can you stay still for a second? So I want to show if it's possible that even with her whole body weight, that it's not collapsing the structure, which is like made of this hard plastic, resin maybe. I'm not sure how they make it. There's some kind of heat melted plastic that's built into the structure with supports in between the two layers, top and bottom, prevents it from crushing down. And it also means that because it's open, air can circulate even when you're laying on top of it on your mattress. This one is called the Anti-Condensation Mat 2. 3? This is the 3? Okay. And it is 56 by 96 inches. So that means we need to cut 6 inches off of the width for our bed, and then about 20 inches off of the length. And there's also this kind of rubber edging that comes with it. So we'll have to peel it off and then attach it back on, which shouldn't be too bad. And then the pieces that we cut off of this, we'll have to attach it to our other mat that's also 56 by 96 to try to make a 74 by 65 piece, which, just based on some basic calculations, we're going to have 20 inches off of this, 20 inches off of that, and then by turning it sideways we should have plenty. And just how we attach them together will be the tricky part. Maybe we use small zip ties or something like that, and then use this outer edging to try to hold it in place. So, and look at this. This is really sturdy. The wind.
You think I can walk across?
No, you will fall through for sure. The way that this came in a rolled up bundle, and because this plastic is so rigid, it took 2 full days for us to try to flatten this out, and it still kind of wants to roll up on you. So it's going to take some time for this thing to be completely flat, but it shouldn't be a problem once you have your mattress on top. So that's what we're going to do. We've been holding this down with some heavy bricks for a couple days, and I think now it's ready for us to cut. We're going to use like these wire cutters to try to cut through this. Hopefully that'll work. Here's the piece we cut off. As you can see, it's pretty light stuff. It's not that heavy. And we use a piece of duct tape as guide so we don't cut at an angle unintentionally. But it took a long time to cut. And this is the width. So we've got the long end of it to cut still, and we've got to cut 3 more pieces off. But you can see this is the cross section. It's pretty rigid. So we're going to save this piece. We're going to try to stitch it on to the other piece for the upper bed. I'm not going to make you guys sit through the time lapse of us cutting the rest of these. So we'll just jump right to the end when these are all cut. All right, so we got our piece trimmed to size. Because we didn't really consider the amount of length this rubber edging was going to have, it protrudes a little bit, but that's totally fine because our mattress actually sticks out a bit, and we can always trim it later if we want. But this is how it lays, and to get this rubber piece back on, it was a little tricky because it's pretty tight. And then what we had to do is just kind of get it on there and then use a little hammer to kind of persuade it in. And as you can see, still wants to curl up on us. But once we put the mattress on and we spend a couple weeks in here sleeping, this should more or less flatten out. Now it's really great. Now you can see that there's all kinds of airflow underneath.
Yeah. Is it
While we're
flattening
inside.
out?
Yeah, it's flattening out when you're laying on it. This side too. Cool. So there you go. That's our anti-condensation mat that we're installing into our van. It looks like it's gonna work, but we will know for sure after we spend a couple of weeks in here with some damp weather, which we still currently have. We're running a dehumidifier inside, and every couple of days I gotta empty it. So, and we're not even sleeping in here right now. And our plan is to spend a few nights in here. So in a future video, we'll give you guys an update on how these mats are working. If you guys are interested, I'll give you some links to below for this particular anti-condensation mat and also other products like it that you might be able to get in your country. Hope you enjoyed this quick little video on a little upgrade we're doing to our bed, and we'll see you guys in the next one.